What's up guys, this is MOH'S from MOH'S Technology, and in this video I am going to be going over the iPad Air 2, which has been provided by Vodafone, and I'm not going to be going over any technical specs or anything. I've also got an iPad Air, the first generation, in front of me. I'm just going to be going over comparing the differences and similarities between them. And as you probably know straight away, this is not my normal style of producing videos. What I've got in front of me is actually the GoPro Hero 4 Silver. And as you can see, I've got it on the live display as well, so I can actually use it as a viewfinder. And I haven't got any sort of lighting set up. All it is just a bedroom light. Also, this ain't my room, so excuse the wallpaper. Yeah, so it's just more of a natural sort of looking vlog footage kind of video or comparison of the iPad Air and the iPad Air 2. So kickstarting this video, I'm just going to be going over the similarities and differences in terms of the physical look of the actual iPads. And what you will remember is that in the original iPad Air, when they released it, we were like, wow, that is a really thin iPad. I mean, the first thing what most people noticed was the bezels. They really shrunk down the bezels on the original iPad Air. And now in the iPad Air 2, I'm not too sure if they have shrunk the bezels even more. I think probably by a millimeter or two they have shrunk these bezels slightly a little more. But the main difference is in the actual thickness of the two devices. Now if you look at the bottom device here, this is the iPad first generation and this is the iPad Air 2 on top, and I'm sure you could have tell by just looking at them. Now what I'm going to be going over is the actual button placements, and that's one of the main changes on the actual two devices. Excusing the thicknesses, obviously that's something which you will just know straight away that the iPad Air first generation is really thick compared to the iPad Air 2. And when they give the form or the name tablet, the iPad Air 2 has actually really got that title of a tablet. I mean, this is something ideal and something that I actually enjoyed using. Like yeah, so it's definitely a really thin and light iPad. I guess it is it should be the thinnest and lightest actually, as it is the Air 2. Yeah, so in terms of button placements, all we have seen changed in the two devices from the iPad first generation to the iPad Air 2 is, if you look on the right hand side of both devices, you'll notice that the iPad first generation has also got the silent mute switch, which is not really, I mean, it is useful, however it's only useful to some people. It can be used as a silent mute switch and a rotation lock. However, if you notice on the iPad Air 2, they have actually got rid of that, and it has actually been replaced with a small mic. I wouldn't say replaced, but it's in the same position of where the mute silent switch is. And to cover that up, it wasn't a problem for Apple. All they done was in the slide up menu, it's as simple as just toggling it on and off from there, which is not a problem whatsoever. Now moving on to another feature which has been changed, or should I say another button, is the actual home button. As you probably know from the 5S up in terms of phones and the iPad mini 3, I think it was, all the home buttons have been changed out for a Touch ID button. As you can see up here, it's simple as putting your fingerprint and you're through. So that's another thing that has been changed, and apart from that, that is pretty much it. I mean, one other thing I can see that has changed, obviously they have improved the camera, and the lens slightly looks different compared to the iPad Air original, the first one actually. And yeah, in terms of that, that's about it in terms of physical sort of looks and feels. However, one thing I would like to mention is, I don't know if it's this specific iPad that has been provided to me or if it's a software issue. However, I've not restored the iPad or anything. However, I find the iPad 2 slightly sluggish, and it's not the actual performance of it when I'm on the actual iPad, when I'm like sliding through home screens or anything. It's what I notice is sometimes when I press the home button, sometimes it will really lag before the actual screen comes on. I'm not too sure whether that is the actual iPad's problem or software problem. I'm guessing it's just a software issue, which will probably need a restore to solve it. So yeah guys, that is it for the iPad Air 2, shall I say, comparison / review or physical looks on the iPad Air 2. And yeah, so this was filmed on the GoPro Hero 4 Silver, and from this you can also get a sort of video quality test for the people that may want to be doing YouTube. Again, I said I'm not being using any sort of lighting in this room. All it is just a bulb, which is a room light, and yeah, there's nothing apart from that. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this rather than me putting all the crazy effort in and going with all the editing and crazy shots and all of that. But yeah, like, I don't mind either, both. I know I haven't been uploading a lot, been really busy, but yeah, this is done. So anyways guys, I'll catch you in the next one, and don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, share it, drop a comment down below, request any more videos, and thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.